Hello again. In this video I'm going to show you guys how to put a 3-inch shaft into the motor, add in 2 shaft collars and the 60 tooth gear. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is place all of our parts. So click on place and then scroll, go ahead and go back. We need a drive shaft. We need a 3-inch drive shaft. Open that, place that one. The next thing we're going to place is our shaft collars. Those are in other parts. Scroll all the way down until you get to the S's, shaft collar. You need to open that, and we need 2 of those, so just click twice on the screen. The next thing we need is a gear, and they're actually called spur gears. So scroll down till you get to the S's in your parts folder. Double click on spur gears, and we need a 60 tooth gear. Click on 60 tooth, click on open. Place the 60 tooth gear and click OK. Next, so the first thing we're going to do is make these rails, these 2 rails, invisible. Hold down Control or Shift on your keyboard and click on both of those. Right click on it and then uncheck visibility. After you do that, click on C or Constrain. We're going to do an insert constraint. Zoom into the shaft. You should see this rounded edge on the shaft. Click on that. Rotate the screen, zoom in on the motor, click on the circular surface inside the motor so you can see where I am. I'm going to zoom out, zoom back in. There's a little circle inside the motor. Click on that, hit apply, exit this. You can rotate this shaft a little bit. We want to try a new constraint this time, so click on Constrain, Angle Constraint, and then under solution go ahead and click on directed angle so that the angles turn together with each other. Click on the 2 faces you want to turn together, so the face of the shaft, and then this one's kind of hard to find, but you rotate the screen just a little bit and click on the inside surface of the motor there, and you can see that it's lined up now. Hit apply, exit that, and we will notice that the shaft's not turning inside the motor. That's because the motor is its own assembly. So click on the motor, right click on the motor, and make it flexible. And what flexible does is it allows all of those moving parts in that previous assembly to now move in your base assembly. So when you import an assembly, it doesn't always move. It imports it in as a solid object. So until you make it flexible, it won't move. So now that it's flexible, it's able to turn inside the motor. So now we're getting into our animation. Go ahead and click on your outside chassis rails and inside chassis rail. Right click on it in the browser window here and make it visible again. So now that you can see it, we can place the other components. Let's go ahead and place our first shaft collar. So go to Constrain, Insert Constraint. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to grab this edge right here, rotate around, grab this edge here, hit apply. We're going to do another angle constraint on that shaft collar. Click on the front face of that shaft collar and the face of the shaft. Oh, make sure you click on directed angle. Hit apply. Now when you turn the shaft collar also turns with it, so that's more of a realistic appearance. Next, we need to click on Constrain. We're going to do the gear now, so insert constraint. Grab the edge of this gear, rotate this around, zoom in, grab the edge here, and then that sits on the face there. And make sure that the screws aren't grinding up against the gear, and that looks good. Hit apply. Do another insert constraint. Grab the edge of the shaft collar here, rotate this around, and then before we do that, let me rotate this gear a little bit. Notice that the gear is not rotating with the shaft, so we want to fix that. So do Constrain, Angle Constraint again, directed angle, grab the surface of that shaft, and then on the inside here you'll see a flat surface on the gear. Go ahead and click on that flat surface, and that aligns those 2 objects. Hit apply. Now we can grab that last shaft collar and do an insert constraint on the last shaft collar. Click on that. Click on the edge of the gear. Hit apply. Do another angle constraint for that last collar. Grab the front here, make sure it's directed angle, grab the front here and hit apply. And that's it. And let me show you how that turns. So exit this. When I turn this gear, it also turns the shaft collars, it also turns the motor. So we are beginning to start our animated gear set. And that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one.